Yeah.
Now, does it have anything to do with what was, I mean, in the local domain, that there's an attempt to seek you out, to leave NASA? Maybe this was a...
I'm not aware of any such attempt. Attempt in the air? Did they send you to me? I'm not aware. I'm not aware of any attempt. You know, a lot of things go on, eh? Attempt ya kunifanya nini?
Attempts to have you to move to Jubilee.
Yeah.
To move to Jubilee?
Yes.
To do what in Jubilee?
Or bolt out of NASA. Bolt out of NASA. Maybe,
Bolt out of NASA.
Of intimidation.
That is clear intimidation. The intention, I think I leave it to your best speculation. Let me put it that way. Sorry?
Why you? Why not your other colleagues?
Maybe their turn is coming. I would encourage them. Oh, it is coming, for sure. I think they started with me, Raila himself at Akipata. But nothing will deter us from remaining and holding solid so that we can deliver this country. Yeah.
Connecting your statement, you are saying you're supporting the president, and you are saying this probably is politics. So, and to whose benefit?
Did you say I'm suspecting the president?
No,
I thought Francis said I'm trying to exonerate him.
You are saying you're suspecting this.
Because I think this, I mean, I'll be shocked if the President of the Republic can give instructions on a matter as straightforward as this. Because the presidents the world over are best briefed. But having said, we know the people who are driven by vendetta. He is number two and his people, vendetta. And we'll deal with them, vendetta people. So I am not really exonerating him, but I will be shocked, really shocked, if President Uhuru Kenyatta has something to do with wanting to besmirch a family and a foundation, not a big foundation. Of course, the other work of this foundation is peacemaking, and that is why I was given the recognition at the UN last year, yeah, because of the work of this foundation. And people are able to see whether they are dealing with rogues, because it's very easy now to do your own due diligence on any issue. Okay?
My question is,
So that's the second pillar, and I think the work of the foundation is well said.
my question is, why would these people want to tarnish Kalonzo's name because he joined Raila as running mate, yet they are not even part of the people who are going for the presidency, like President Uhuru, who you are saying he should not be.
But his deputy is running, isn't he? Yeah. And we know the people with vendetta in this country. All right. So who are the others? Any other question?
Yes. Another allegation that was leveled against your position, the foundation, was that she has not been filing returns. Is it possible to say from...
Look at that letter. Read it, Francis.
Yeah, I'm saying,
Yeah.
Is it possible now maybe to be a bit more clearer? This is the amount of money that you have received so far from donors, because one of the accusations is diversion of donor funds. Is it possible to say this is the amount of money that you have received? This is how we expect it. And
I
so
think
there
I
are
can.
no-
I am yet to check on that, Francis. But all the money, basically, for the scholarship, for the foundation's bursary account, yeah, over the period, because these people have been sending about 200,000 shillings after every 3 or 4 months, cannot even be in excess of 50 million since 2000, and I don't think it can be in excess of even 20 million. All right. So this figure about 196 million, I don't know, 100 and it's amazing. It's all created, and you can see the mischief. They want to say it was meant for work in Ukambani, because that's why they want to spoil the votes, yeah, get votes for themselves. That's the only assumption, yeah, that it's in Ukambani. And that foundation is national. It is not just for Kitui, Machakos, and Makueni. So they want now to say, oh, their monies that Kalonzo received to support Nyinyi na alikula. Yeah. I think Kenyans know me better than that. But thank you, those are fictitious, cooked up numbers. And if they're facts, let them prove them. Yeah. I've dealt with the 50 million that they, and all of it based on what I think I've seen on social media, and what I think you guys have been able to report. But to want to charge somebody with the crime of money laundering, that's a serious matter. Waje saa hizi na pingu. Kuna mtu mwingine? Thank you. Now, the next bit. The next agenda is I'm happy to have a minority leader in the National Assembly, Mheshimiwa Francis Nyenze, Mheshimiwa Judy Sijeni, Senator Judy Sijeni. As you know, she is the Deputy Secretary General of Wiper Democratic Movement. And we have, of course, Governor Kivutha Kibwana, Wiper candidate for Makueni County gubernatorial contest. And we also have Mheshimiwa Makali. Mheshimiwa Makali is the chair of the Kitui Caucus. Is it Kitui Ukambani Caucus? Kitui Caucus of members of parliament. We have the Honorable Major Muluvi. And by the way, that young man is the one who acts as the officer running the foundation affairs, James Matiki, and of course Kennedy. Right. So the issue here is that Honorable Francis Nyenze has received a lot of negative media because of stating what he believed. And what he believed is that I should have been the NASA flag bearer. He was completely entitled to that. And therefore I want to urge all our supporters, because they must remember Honorable Francis Nyenze is even unopposed as a Wiper candidate for Kitui West. So I don't want a gentleman I have known for so long and such a wonderful friend, yeah, being besmirched. Watu wanauliza kwa mitandao, thank you for calling Francis Nyenze. Do you know what Nyenze means? I want to tell you, Wakamba ni watu ajabu. Wakitaka mtoto akizaliwa wa kwanza anakufa, wa pili anakufa. The mother normally wants to give the third kid jina ambalo the evil spirits will not be interested in. So you hear, if you hear Mkamba called Mbiti, that's the name for hyena. I think it's the same with the Wakishi, anasema Kikuyu anaita nyangao. Nyangao. So that does not make him a hyena. Therefore, the name Nyenze does not make him a cockroach. So I'm here to plead so that there's order in our movement, Wiper Democratic Movement, to assure Kenyans that Honorable Francis Nyenze expressed his belief, and he may have lost out. But you know, sometimes it's good to take a strategic move back. And I want to assure Mheshimiwa Francis Nyenze nothing has gone wrong. We have decided to move on, and I think you'll be the one to love. After all, our own brother Raila Odinga has said he's a transitional president. When he gets elected, he'll be transitional for 5 years. And we are not fools. We have made it clear what is going to happen thereafter. So I think it is good, and it does show that we are selfless. We want to move on and to get this country going. So Honorable Francis Nyenze, I want to thank you for standing with me, and I want to ask our people to stand with you and to stop this social media abuse, because he basically said, you know, he must have been very frustrated. I know him, very frustrated, and therefore he didn't even come to Uhuru Park because of that frustration. There are lots of people. A young lady from Meru called me and said, allow me to mourn for 1 week before I accept your decision. All right? But we really must get on. People were hurt. It's not an easy decision. And as I've said, even said at Uhuru Park, I was ready. I was ready to take on the flag and be able to drive Jubilee home. And you can see we have all the reasons to drive Jubilee home, literally. Yeah? So I think I wanted to clear that matter on Francis Nyenze. His family in the party is running to capture the Kitui West on Wiper. And since he's my candidate, I cannot hide from the fact. In fact, he wanted me to go to his constituency right now. And nauliza watu wa Kitui West, mshikilie huyu ndugu kabisa, kwa sababu ameshikilia mimi. And this is important for me, and I'll do the same for all my candidates. In fact, mimi kitu ambacho nitafanya, wale makandidate wa Wiper popote walipo Kenya hii, I will try and reach out to each one of them Kama ni MCA sasa kina mama, huyu, she's running here. And Langata, where we are, this is our constituency. Senator Judy Sijene, yeah, she's running, and you know, our party takes the view that we must at least have 50-50 approach when it comes to gender. So where there are women candidates on Wiper ticket, I want to actually say our hearts also be there to try and help them, because we must break this male domination in our political landscape. So Judy, we also wish you well. Major Muluvi here is a Wiper candidate for Kitui East. Mheshimiwa Makali here is actually a doctor, qualified from Kenyatta University. He is a Wiper candidate for Kitui Central. He was unopposed, so these people got direct nominations. And so did Governor Professor Kivuda Kibwana. So we also, and also this lady got direct nomination. Yeah, so this is good. So the family is strong. Family is very, very strong. And we want to move on. The family of Wiper within NASA. Lakini mambo mengine ya social media ya ajabu. Ati tuko ndani. And then you create other images which are very interesting. Kwa hivyo tuko sawa. Kama kuna swali, Mheshimiwa Francis can speak for himself.
That's enough.
Yeah. Asanteni. Yeah? Oh yeah, Governor can say something. You come here.
Yes, you sit here.
Come.
You sit here. Your Excellency.
The thing is there. Governor. This one is easy.
Sit here.
Thank you. You know, he used to have an NGO called Clarion. So he is speaking from a position of of knowledge when Clarion was wound up those days.
I think many people who are here who witnessed some of the happenings in the 1990s knew how the state tried to deregister NGOs that were working for democracy. And the Clarion Center for Law and Research International was such NGO. When we did some work on corruption, about Goldenberg and episodes of corruption such as those, we were deregistered, and for a whole year there was an intention to stop us from work, and this was politics at play to gag NGOs that were in the pro-democracy movement. So in this particular instance of the Kalonzo Musyoka Foundation, it is really a pity to see such activity, because in Kenya we do not have many senior people who do philanthropy. Many people who have got resources usually use those resources themselves. And so when you get an example, just like in the United States, where you have Bill Gates, you have Jimmy Carter, you have Clinton, when you get people trying to help needy citizens, and in a very reckless way, there's an intention to stop them from doing that, it is really very negative. I think it is important that a lot of the senior people follow his example, so that when God blesses you, you share your money through philanthropy with other people.
In fact, it's not even my money. It is
some of his money also from other well-wishers, international people, the church, as he has described. And we know, of course, when churches give you money, they follow, and they can't continue giving you if they know you are misusing the money. And that letter clearly shows all the things that he was asked, and they are all there. So we really are saying that when there are independent institutions like ESCC, like this NGO board, like all those constitutional commissions, if they are not independent and they are manipulated, the very reason of their existence will cease to exist. And so we hope there will be an apology, at the very least, from the NGO board and from the office of the president, the relevant officers there. And I must say I really appreciate Honorable Nyenze. He's a fighter, and so some of the things that he does are things that are there are things about a fighter, but our leaders told us that we will move forward, and you know, NASA is coming to be the government in Kenya, and it will change Kenya, and so there is no contradiction with Nyenze, and you know, many of the leadership from our area, you know, they are supporting the party leader, and we are one unit. Thank you very much.
Well done. Kama hakuna swali, tunashukuru sana.
Like what?
Masuku. Yeah, they want to hear your voice.
Oh, they want to hear my voice.
Yeah. So they don't think I came with a pistol on your head.
Thank you very much. I want to say that I want to thank my party leader because he entrusted me with a big responsibility to represent him in the negotiations for NASA flag bearer. And as Professor Kivuta Kibwana said, I'm a tough negotiator. Even today, I still believe he would have been the best flag bearer. But for the party to continue, for us to move together, I've accepted. We move on. And I will not raise that issue another time because my boss had told me to shut my mouth. So today, I want to say that thank you, party leader, for showing trust in me. And I promise, whenever you send me, I'll represent you properly. That time I was annoyed that we had negotiated for a long time. And when you never got what we wanted, it is human for someone to be discouraged and annoyed. But now, once you give direction, we will follow you. Thank you. We will support you as a deputy or running mate for Raila. And it could be if I never made those hard decisions and never took that stand, could be they could not have gotten you as their running mate. So these are the kind of things that we should accept in life, but I'm very loyal to my party leader. Whenever he tells me to jump, I don't ask how many times. I keep jumping. Yeah, so we are together and we stand together. Thank you.
Tunashukuru sana.
Asante.
Thank you.